The sun and the moon dictate the day, right? The time in the day, right? So nevertheless, God said the seventh day, which is Saturday, is the Sabbath day. Do you think our people in this world know about the Sabbath day?
No, because it's all about Sunday.
That's what the thing. So that's why God said, remember the Sabbath day. That's why he put that in there. You get that? So nevertheless, we the Israelites, we got to keep God's Sabbath day, which is Saturday, Friday, sundown, and Saturday, sundown. No buying, no selling, right? No doing your own pleasures, right? These are things that we're supposed to do on that Sabbath day. Because us breaking that Sabbath day is sin. Because the Lord said to break the commandment, and sin is death pretty much. So if we breaking that commandment, it's going to bring forth, you in sin, that's for sin bringing forth death. Right? So we the Israelites, brother, don't forget it. Right? We gotta wear fringes, no pork, no shrimp, crab, lobster, grow your beard out. Do you know that that's the simplest commandment that our people can keep is grow your beard out?
No,
you ever heard that one?
No, what? What did you say? No what? You said no, something.
Oh, no shrimp, crab. You ever heard that? Let's show you that real quick. I know you gotta go. I ain't gonna hold you. Just because you asked, but I'm gonna show you real quick. Whoever got it.
Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9. These shall ye eat, though all are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales,
anything that I will eat.
whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters.
So he said, whatever that you eat that comes out of the water, it has to have fins and scales. What is that pertaining to, family? What would you say that's pertaining to? What comes out of the water that has fins and scales? Fish. But what are people love to eat that come out that water? Shrimp, that crab, shark, eel, lobster. I used to eat these clams. I used to think it was a delicate. Have my pinky out. Thought I was doing something. The whole time I knew why I was going to that bathroom afterward. Because they bottom feeders, meaning they eat this. So what they say, you are what you eat, right? So that's why God said we don't supposed to eat nothing that come out of water unless it has fins and scales. The sea moss, it's a moving living thing. We're going to eat that, right? Now verse 7 says, what did verse 7 say?
Verse 7. It says, and the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
Yeah, swine. What's the swine? It's the pig. It's the ancient name for the pig. It's like a boar or a pig, that's what it is. So we see the little swine. I probably didn't pronounce it right, my bad. Let's see.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean unto you. What? He is unclean unto you.
It's unclean. Would you eat that? Say, peradventure, you see some a damn dirty paper plate outside. Would you go get that paper plate that's outside? Just kind of dirty. No, it's an unclean thing. It's literally got their food residue and dirt and mud. It's unclean. Same way the Lord says with the animal. I mean, the pig, it's unclean. God ordained certain animals clean and unclean. Thus said the last verse in the chapter, verse 11. So, all right, brother, I know you got to go, but remember, what did the Lord call us again? That's right. So can we give you a flyer, brother, before you go? Okay, we the Israelites, and just look forward to it. We don't force nothing about it. This is not religion. This is our heritage, our way of life. The Lord gave us from the foundation of the earth.
That's right.
All right? All praise. Did you get that, brother? What's your nationality, brother? What's your nationality?
Oh, I'm Hispanic.
Hispanic? Okay. So would you understand what we were saying? Okay. About the dietary law. What God said we can't eat? Why not? Okay. All right. What about that come out the water?
We can't eat crabs or oysters or...
But what if I like it though? What if I like it? What if I just love oysters and I can't stop? What did God say about it again? See, that confused you, man. But nevertheless, God said that it's an unclean thing. For it to come out of the water, you gotta have fins and scales first. So that's gonna play the dance. If somebody was to say, man, I love it though, God said, but do you love God? Well, if you love God, the Lord said gotta have fins and scales to come out the water. Do that make sense? So that's what the Lord says. So I know you kind of walked in. Did you hear when we was talking about the people in Egypt, how they was in Egypt? Did you hear that part? Okay, so basically, I know you got a couple of laws and commandments, but we were showing our brother before he left how we know we those Israelites. Because like it's one thing to keep the commandments, but you got to know why you even keep it. You ain't say, I'm gonna just keep it. You said it. My brother, who am I? So nevertheless, we those Israelites, because God placed curses upon our people as identifying markers for us to know, basically marking us saying, hey, these are going to be things that's going to be known, to make my people known in the last days, should I say. Let's put it plainly like that. So let's get, we're going to show you real quick. Are you familiar with the Bible? No? Okay, so, you remember with Moses, right? Okay, Moses. Moses was the Israelite and his people was the Israelites. So Moses was set to go get his people out of Egypt because they was bound or in bondage. Let's get to Exodus chapter 6 and verse 5. We're gonna show you a little bit. I know you gotta go somewhere right now. We're trying to show you a little. We're gonna make it fast for you. I know you gotta go. We're gonna make it fast for you.
I got 13 minutes, boss.
Exodus 6 and 5. And I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel.
The Lord said what?
I have also heard the groaning of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians kept in bondage.
What?
Who the Egyptians kept in bondage.
Prior to what everybody thought, the Israelites was captive or slaves in Egypt. Right? Keep going on that.
God.
How y'all doing, hey family? Y'all got them in here, words of God? Sister, you remember sister? Sister, you remember what we called you, sis? You remember what the Lord called you? You remember what the Lord called you? I remember I taught you before, sis. You remember what the Lord called us? We the Israelites, sis. You gotta remember that. We the Israelites. Okay, all praise the Lord. You gotta follow the Lord, not us, right? All praise.
And I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am the Lord, and I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Egyptians.
So the whole thing was we was in slavery or bondage under the burdens of Egypt. So Moses was that man to come and redeem us and get us out of that situation. So he got them out of that situation. You heard about him splitting the Red Sea, right? He did those wonders amongst the so-called Egyptians. And then he told our people, God said, I'm gonna tell y'all two things: keep God's commandments and be above everybody, or don't keep them and have bad things happen to y'all. Right? How y'all doing, that family? Y'all got them in here the words of God? Okay, says y'all maybe Israelites, y'all gotta repent and keep God's commandments. All right, all praises. Let's bring this out. So we're gonna show you real quick, brother. Let's get Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28 and 1.
Right.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So this is Moses speaking to the Israelites after he split the Red Sea and kind of informing them on thus said the Lord. Because if you read the chapter before this, Moses was telling them how the ways that you will be blessed. Right? He kind of was expounding on a little more, but then he went into a little deeper on 28 and 1.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See, so the blessing wasn't been, be above all the nations of the earth, right? Like he was kind of, Salaki 27 was going into curses as well, not blessings, but nevertheless, so that's the good. He would have said, hey, you gonna be above all the nations on the earth. Don't that sound like a reward? God literally said, you as my chosen people, the Israelites, are gonna be above everybody. But it's always a pro and a con, right? Just like I was telling the brother earlier, if your parents say wash them dishes and you don't do them, what's gonna happen? It's a consequence. Same way how the Lord said. Let's bring that up.
Verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses, That all these curses.
Now, we know a curse not a good thing, right? If you go, like I always use the example, if you going through something bad in life and you kind of like, man, I just need you to throw a curse up for me, on me, to help redeem me. You ain't gonna tell me that, right, brother? Like,
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right, so the curses of bad things are going to overtake them, right? And it's a list of over 52 or more curses that the Lord said will happen to his chosen people for not keeping his commandments. Because remember, he said, keep the commandments and be above everybody. But if you don't, you're going to have bad things. So that's how we know that we, the Israelites. Now, I'm going to try to show you a couple that only will fit our people, right? Let's get 16.
Verse 16, cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So God said curse, but curse is bad, right? So God said cursed or living in a bad state, wherever you at in the city, that's going to be how our people live. Now, if you was to go to any so-called ghetto, in wherever you go in the world, what people as a majority makes up that population of the ghettos, the slums, the projects? African American. Who else there? Who else right there with them? Hispanics, right? Is that a lie? Is he making that up? That's literally true. All we see is all our people over here in Richmond, Oakland. That's our people over there, man. Concord, right? All our people in those ghettos literally living in the lower state. Cursed, right? Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
In the field, like our brother was going to earlier, literally, like I'll use an example, I literally was driving trucks and I would go to a lot of these fields and, it was the so-called Mexicans picking the fruit. They're literally just sitting there, hey, throwing it up like it was nothing, man. The so-called white man ain't gonna stand in that sun, man. Unless he get burns, or what they call them?
Skin can't or yeah.
No, what's the name?
Sunburn.
Sunburn.
Yeah.
But God, so nevertheless, that's just something that we know that God said was gonna be a curse upon our people. Can a Chinese man say that for him? As a whole, his people is not in the ghetto. They got their own town, Chinatown. And you come over there and all hell will break loose, man.
Yeah,
all you see is, you don't even see the cats and dogs over there because they gone. They done ate them all, man.
God.
Right? But nevertheless, this is a curse that was placed upon our people as a whole. Right? Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37.
37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
Not like the brother's reading. He said it would be an astonishment, right? Shaking of the head, a proverb. We got these smart sayings, what they say about the so-called Northern Kingdomites, man. It's a lot, man. And they say they smell like wet dogs. Or you said a what? Yeah, all these, what's the word? Derogatory terms, man. That's what that's going into. And then he said a byword. Now we Hispanic. Now we Latino X. Now we all these things outside of our God-given nationality as the Israelites, man. Right? That's crazy. Right now, the so-called black man is African American, black, a nigga. How many other names we could think? Afro-American. Why is our nationality the only ones that's our so-called name or the name of our nationality getting changed so much? White man just white the whole life. Chinese man just Chinese, but yet Latino and blacks and Native American, all these different, we get changed every 10 years. That don't make sense. That's because we fit in these curses that God said was going to happen to our people. Right? Do that make sense to you, brother? All right, let's get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 40. Yeah.
49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
You know anything about your history? You know about the conquistadors and the conquering that they was doing, Christopher Columbus and all them? No, okay, a little bit. How old are you, if you mind me asking? 17. Okay, 17. Okay, all praises. Let's keep going.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right, so now he said that these people was going to come across from a nation that's far, right, as swift as the eagle flyer. And we all know that when you look on the back of that dollar bill or that damn coin, it's the American symbol is that eagle. You got Russia, you got all these European nations whose symbol is the so-called eagle, man. Right? Because they prideful, man, just like that damn eagle, man. You know, hey, when you read Obadiah, he said he set his nest above the hills.
That's
roughly
right.
paraphrasing.
Yep,
Right?
that's right.
So let's keep going on that out.
See, Jock.
Yeah, the brother got it right here. See that? And even right here. Yeah, come. You see that? Quarters and got that eagle on it, man. Right? And we know that them conquistadors, they was all a Spaniard and an Edomite nation, man. Right? Keep going on that out.
A nation of fierce countenance.
What?
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old.
Now, when they got over there to those lands where our people was at, the so-called Native American, what was they doing? Was they having a party and throwing, having fun with them? What was they doing when they got there, brother? What's their name? The conquerors, man. They was going to rape, robbing, and killing our people, man, in huge numbers, and gathering up and selling them to the queen, man. So they was the ones who was, and they forced that so-called nasty tongue upon our people, man. Now we speak the Spanish, when our original tongue was the Hebrew. You get what I'm saying? So that's how we know that these things are pertaining to us and how we know the Israelites. You get that? Do that make sense to you? Okay, so that's how we will know we the Israelites, brother. Right? Now, as the Israelites I was going into, there's many more we can show you. But nevertheless, that's how we know we the Israelites, and we got to keep the commandments because God ordained that for us to be able to get out of this situation that we're in. Because that's something we never did. We tried all the Catholicism, Buddhism, Christianity, but we never tried just keeping God's commandments, man. And that's what's gonna get us out of this, man. Right? God said, "Blessed is the man that do those things that's appealing to the Lord." It's just keeping the commandments, man. Not just whoring out your sister, committing adultery, and doing what you want. So, you got any questions, brother? No questions. So, what the Lord called us then?
Israel.
That's right, brother. That's right, brother. What's 3 things you learned today, brother?
I guess I can't eat pig.
You guess or you know?
I know I can't
Okay,
eat
all
pig.
praises, all praises. Why not though? It smells good, you cooking. You said what? Okay, all praises, all praises. Yeah, that's right, man. All praises. What else you learned, my brother?
Anything other than fish?
Okay. Why not? What if I kind of like the crab and I put in that seafood boil with the potato?
Because God told us that anything that comes out of the sea has to have scale and
That's right. right, man. The brother on fire, man. That's how you, hey, all praise to the Most High. That's right. That's right. Okay, we gonna get you another one, right? Because we got you the Sabbath day. Did you hear about the Sabbath day? I think we into it. Okay, so today is just, let's get the Sabbath day and let's get fringes, right? And then we'll let you, we ain't holding you hostage. We just showing our brother who he is according to the Bible. Right? So wrap it up. Okay. All right, sis, you got a minute to hear words of God?
Hey, yo, boss.
All right. Okay. Your bar. Okay. All right. So, brother, you're an Israelite. Don't forget, brother. Look more into it. All right. Look at your fire real quick, brother. All praises, man. The word going out, man. All right. Get in the bar too, man. All praise to the Most High, right, man. The word going out, man. All right. All right, brother. Be safe, brother. All right. You finna slide right under with the skateboard. That was the one before, right? Oh, that was Edom. No, he look like Lord from that. Yeah. All praises, man. All praises, man. Yeah. Okay, I had left off on the precept. Oh, yeah, Con, let's go to... Okay, yeah, let's get that, and then we get John. I'm just reading it. Everybody else keep time, then I don't know. It's 16? Oh, yeah, Con. No, I still try to time it up just so we all in order, but let's get that in Jeremiah 6 and 16. Let's get John first, though.
John 21:17.
Right, get out.
He said unto him the third time,
Right.
Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me?
Right.
Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me?
Right.
And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things.
No, the Lord don't know nothing.
Lord, thou knowest all things.
Right.
Salakia. Thou knowest that I love thee.
Right.
Yahweh Shai said unto him, feed my sheep.
Hold on, what we doing at Richmond Bar Station?
Feed my sheep.
Wherever the Lord have us put in our spirit to go.
Feed my sheep.
Trying to feed the sheep of the Lord, man. What's more important, man? We're gonna just sit at home with the knowledge to ourselves. You know what? I kind of just want to keep it to myself today. No, man, that's evil, man. All right, bring this out of Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths.
We tell our people, man, what is our old path, man? Is it just being a nigga? Is it just not knowing who we are and just committing adultery and lewdness, man, against the Lord? Keep going up.
Right.
Where is the good way?
Right.
And walk therein.
What's the good way, man? Is it Christmas, like we always say? Was it just keeping so-called Thanksgiving? I mean, it's like New Year's? No, man, that's not the good way, man. Keep going up.
And ye find rest for your souls.
Right.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
But that sister who damn said she was in the truth for 5 years and don't believe it no more?
But they said, we will not walk therein.
They don't want to walk therein no more, man. Well, I gotta keep the Sabbath. That's probably it probably came something so simple. She just you said what happened? It was the simplest thing that kind of made her fall out. You mean to tell me you kind of just looked at it, just came to your mind and just said, you know what, that's not the way. I don't believe that. That's a white man. No, that already was in your spirit, man. Probably was forcing the course, man. Going to church, really hated him. And kind of hated it, man. Right? But she was there and then she fell out.
Teach out.
Endured for a season and then left. Right?
Choke,
You said what happened?
choked out with the cares of this world.
Yeah. Yeah, two ankle money. Hey, sister, y'all got me here. Hey, brother, you got me here.
5 minutes, King?
What's up, brother? You ain't got nothing going on. You believe in the
You
Bible?
got 5 minutes? Come on up.
Do I believe in the Bible?
Yeah. Come here, son, brother. We just talking about our Bible, the Bible and our nationality. What's your nationality, brother? What you say your heritage is?
I'm Egyptian and Indian, bro.
You're Egyptian and what's your father? So your father would mark he is
No,
Egyptian.
my mom,
No, your father. What's your
my mom
father?
is Egyptian and my dad is Indian.
It's Indian, like what part of India is you from?
I know we back then Indians like black Indians.
Yeah, I know, because you had a lot that was
Cherokee.
okay. All praise to the Most High. All right. So all praise. So what we out here do is we showing our people they heritage according to the Bible. Because you can't find the word I'm an Indian in the Bible. I can't find the word I'm a black man in the Bible, right? So that's why we out here to proclaim who we are according to the Bible. Now, if your spirit bear witness, the Lord will call you. You may be an Israelite, or you may be one of the other nations,
I'm trying
right?
to find out. I believe that like everybody got like a little bit of everything. Man. That's how the generation that came from so far.
Yeah, but the Lord always said He's gonna preserve the seed of the chosen, right? Just like even back then, the Lord said. The Lord always said He have a certain amount of men that's not gonna bow the knee to Baal, who gonna always remember and have that. So even if you can't track verbatim what tribe you are, you're gonna have that understanding of who you are and your spirit bearing witness of who you are, basically. Let's get that in Romans 8, right? Let's get that Romans 8 and 16. Right? So we're gonna try to show you who you are, and if your spirit bearing witness, that's you may be Israelite. So kind of
Romans chapter 8.
What are you guys?
we the Israelites. That's right. We the Israelites, and we come to proclaim it on high. Man. We ain't put it under the
What
bushel.
nationality are they?
The nationality is Israelite. They Jews. Or they be Jews. Not Jewish, they be Jews, Israelites, according to the Bible. Right? That's what the Lord ordained. He didn't say they black men, or they white men, or they fair-skinned, brown-skinned men. He said they Israelites. Right? From their respective tribe.
Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bear witness.
You know, a lot of times too, because we may not have direct passage to like, okay, I'm from this certain tribe, but that spirit is gonna give that understanding to us, like, damn, it's gonna convict you in the sense of like, damn, that is me. That's talking about me, right?
With our spirit, that we are the children of God.
We are the what?
That we are the children of God.
Do that, so our spirit is gonna be like, damn, that is me. Like, it's gonna convince us, I gotta keep the commandments. I know this is who my people is, man. So we're gonna try to go into it with you, right? So, are you familiar with the Bible? Okay, so what you know about the Bible?
Actually, I just like read like pieces of it, and then like in my life, I just started noticing that I remember stuff out the Bible. Like when stuff comes up or somebody asks me a question, it's like it speaks to me. And I remember that.
So that could be the spirit speaking to you. Like,
I think it is.
Okay, all praise. So we gonna set the premise. So Moses, you know what Moses was most known for in the Bible? That's right. Do you know what those people was called? Do you know the name of what those people was called? Who he saved? Because he himself was one too. But so was the Israelites. Yeah. Let's get Exodus chapter 8 and verse 2. I believe that's what I want. Exodus 8 and verse number 20. Right?
The book of Exodus.
Digging in Exodus right now. Right?
Chapter 8, verse number 20.
Bring it out.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus said the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee.
So this is the Most High God telling Moses, go into Pharaoh and tell him. Now, I just wanted to get that part of it. He's saying my people, because his people was the Israelites. But he said my people. That's specific. He didn't say everybody. He said my people because they were the ones building up the pyramids in that bondage to Pharaoh. So that's why Moses kept going into Pharaoh, telling him, "Hey, God said let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness in that 3-day journey." Paraphrase. Right. Because nobody want to be a slave to nobody, do they? You want to be a slave to somebody, but ain't you sick of working for somebody else's job? You say you don't, but would you rather have your own business? That's what I mean by that.
I don't mind being servant to
That's a lovely spirit, man. Right? Well, keep going.
Exodus 4:22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus said the Lord, Israel is my son.
He said what?
Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
So the Israelites was his firstborn, his son, even his firstborn. So nevertheless, that's who Moses went and got up out of that bondage that they was in. So now we're gonna fast forward. We already know about Moses splitting the Red Sea, delivering his people from there, and he was with the Israelites. He was with them. He freed them out of that, and he was with them out of that situation. So now we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. So now we're going to fast forward and see what Moses told the Israelites after he got them out of that state. Because God told Moses to tell the Israelites two things, right? So let's get that good first.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
You know what hearken mean? No. It just means to listen. Yeah, or listen, right?
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
Lord will what?
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
I said, hey, the blessing or the positive thing that would have came out of this, y'all would have been above all the nations, blessed above all the nations of the earth. He made a distinction. The Israelites would be above all the other nations. But if they didn't, you know it's a pro and a con. Let's read what the negative about Deuteronomy 28 and 15.
This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Again? So What do hearken mean again?
Heart.
Hearken. Like, what do hearken mean? To hearken to something?
Sis. I'm not.
Listen. You know, so that means just to listen or
I
to.
said to harden your heart. That's what I
It's
got.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's probably me because I'm trying to speak more clear, right? Keep going up.
This is Deuteronomy
I know that, sis,
28.
you got a minute here, words of God? Okay, you got to repent. You got to repent.
Deuteronomy 28:15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Right.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses.
So he said if they didn't listen to keep the laws, statutes, commandments, that all these. How y'all doing that, sis? You got a minute here, words of God? Okay. Well, if you don't hearken to keep the laws, statutes, commandments of God, he said all these curses will come upon you. What's a curse? Is that good or bad? I never heard of it. Because it would be a blessing, right?
Ain't getting them back out.
That's a bad thing, though. That's a bad thing. Right. So, but because of the fact that the Lord was going to deal with him directly, right? The Lord said, "Hey, no, he mine." That's like saying, "Hey, he mine." Don't nobody, or like Jay say, "Right, I'm on this." Yeah.
I'm always trying to put stuff in the positive.
Right. Exactly.
I don't really do the negative thing at all. I always try to put stuff in positive as I can.
Right. No, so yeah, but that would be. It's never. I never heard of a case where it's a good curse. You know what? I'm gonna give you a good curse. I'm gonna kill just your sister. Well, hold on, man. What the hell is that, man? So the curse is always gonna be most of the time, like I say, 98% of the time, a negative thing, right? So that's what God said. Because remember, we just read the good thing. He said you'll be blessed above everybody. But if you didn't, the negative would have been cursed above everybody. I mean, cursed in the field, right? So nevertheless, let's get Deuteronomy 28:16. Right?
This is Deuteronomy 28:16. Right. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So now we're reading curses because the curses is going to help identify who the Lord's people are.
Okay.
That's how we're going to know, okay, act or this or that or that. But remember, the Lord, this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. So we trying to figure out who the Israelites are. And these curses are going to help us identify that, right? Let's read Deuteronomy 28:16.
This is Deuteronomy 28:16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Like we were going to earlier. So cursed is bad or a negative thing. And he said you'll be cursed in the city. Who would you say in this world, wherever you go, is cursed in the city or living in a worse state in any city that you go in? What race of people would you say?
I don't like to put. I don't like to
Well, you know, you may not have to, but if you was to speak, let's say statistically, who the main ones living in the ghettos? What people is mainly living in the ghetto?
You was probably saying like African Americans, Hispanic people. Probably.
That's right. That's crazy, right? Because like I know you say you don't like putting a label on it, but that's plain and truth. Yeah, that's just putting it as an identifier. If I walked over here, I'm gonna see, like you said, so-called Mexicans and so-called African Americans. I'm not gonna see the white man or the Jewish man in the slums or the ghetto. You may see one or two, but you may know them. You're not gonna. That's why I said as a whole.
As a whole, yeah.
That's what I mean. So yeah. So now that's a curse that's identifying like us. Right? That's the Lord is speaking to the Israelites, and He's saying, hey, He's separating, like making sure and making it known by these curses who the Israelites are and how we gonna know who they are in today's society. Right? Let's get 46 up. I'll make sure.
46.
Right.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign,
Right.
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
Meaning the curses, He said they are going to be upon the Israelites for a sign and for a wonder. Just like you at Richmond Park. Because that sign is telling you, hey, I'm at Richmond Park. The same way that we're saying the curses is going to be on Israelites.
I feel like God put everybody together for a reason, and He show you everything. Every time I ask Him stuff, like He always shows me, like already, I already see Him, like feel like I see you guys and everything, like already. I don't know if that is that a vision type thing or whatever. But I always had that.
Yeah, the Lord said, man's goings are the Lord. How can a man understand his own way? He said that the heart of the kings is in the hand of the Lord. In Proverbs chapter 18. But yeah, so that's right. We literally got to remember that these curses is upon our people for a sign and for a wonder. Now let's get Deuteronomy 26.
You educate me too. I really appreciate it. All praise to the Most.
This is Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now I got a question. Let's see if you remember. How was the Israelites living in Egypt? Because if Moses had to get them out of there, how was they living? Was they living good or bad? Right. So was it slavery, bondage? What would you say it was? It was like bondage. So when you go into it, that's what that word Egypt means, right, sister? How you doing, that sister? Yeah. So we just showing our brother right here, like we identifying what's our so-called identity or nationality out of the Bible, right? Because we're not so-called white people, we're not black, We trying to show who we are as a race that the Lord identifies as. So that's why we asking, when going into certain precepts in the Bible that identify, hey, who does sound like this happened? Because God said that these curses are going to be upon his people, like I'm reading too early, for a sign and for a wonder. What would you say your nationality would be, sis? Filipino? What would be your father? Your father Filipino as well? I can't hear you.
You Filipino, what is that word? Hot kita?
So your father would be Filipino as well?
No, he's Indonesian.
Indonesian? Okay, well, so, okay. You know, so let's keep going though. Let's get some more curses. So let's read that in Deuteronomy 28:16. Then let's get Exodus chapter 5. Deuteronomy 5:16. Right, read this out.
This is Deuteronomy 28:68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
So
again.
we finna see what that Egypt means. We told you earlier, but we're gonna just refine it a bit.
This is Exodus 20:2.
Right.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Right.
out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt meaning house of bondage. So now when we go back to Deuteronomy 28, let's see what they say again.
This is Deuteronomy 28:68.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Again, brother.
What does it mean?
How was they living over there? Bondage. Okay, let's see.
Egypt again.
Right.
With ships.
What?
With ships.
Now he said he's gonna bring them into slavery or bondage again by the way of ships. Now who did that happen to historically speaking? The so-called Africans, right? And if you know anything about a little history, hey, you should know the so-called Hispanics went in way before the Africans, man. Right? A little bit, a little way before that, man. A couple hundred years before, man. Right? So keep going on that.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Right.
thou shalt see it no more again.
It's like when we came from wherever the coast that we got gathered from, we never seen our homeland again. We in America now, man. Have you been back to where you from? Was you born in America? Hey, so nevertheless, like we know that this is not our homeland because our forefathers was took from their homeland. So we were just born over here, just like if I was born on the moon. That don't mean I'm a moon, man, right? We just was born over here, right? Keep going on this side.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Now, when we go out those slave ships, who was we sold to? What nation of people was we sold to? What race would you say? Yeah. Who's the ones buying? The Caucasian people, but you can say Caucasian, but the Lord said enemies, right? With an S. And it's not just one, it was all the nations. They all had their hand in it, man. Like, I want that one. No, let me get that one. They fighting. They get to fighting and say which one they wanted, man. Keep going up.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Right?
For bondmen.
Saying there you should be sold to your enemies for what?
For bondmen.
Right.
And bondwomen.
Right.
And no man shall buy you.
Nobody was gonna be able to redeem us out of that. Like we was going to, because when you go into the law, it literally says when you was say if you was in servitude for somebody, hey, you was able to buy your brother out of that captivity, but we was never able to do that. Yeah, Farrakhan, Martin Luther King, did they ever get us out of that situation?
They got us to where we is now.
Did they? Because Martin Luther King, before he died, he said he led his people down to a burning house. So he knew what he was doing was the wrong thing. He was trying to unite, but all in all, it failed. And what they do? When he came out and gave that so-called speech, when he said he led his people down to a burning house, he was killed like within the next day. Why? Because he told the truth at that. So nevertheless, that's why we're trying to show our people. These are the ways how we know that we the Israelites. And if we fit these things, like, would you say that your people went on slavery on slave ships?
You said what I said, my people were there.
Went on slavery on slave ships?
I can't exactly say that. I wasn't there, so I
To your best you understand, but it may not. But nevertheless, these other things like being called bywords. Would you say that your people live in like in the ghettos of any place like well, you've never been over? You ever been to your homeland? Okay. But nevertheless, these are how we would identify
feel like
as
I am my
Israelites.
homeland. I feel like wherever I go is my homeland. Go follow me. That's how I feel.
Yeah, okay, you can say that. Yeah, we do. And we not from America, but we are from Israel, right? Jerusalem. So we do represent it. We got our fringes on, right? We got our beards, right? Brothers with a tree. Yeah, we wear our robes. So yeah, we do, in the sense of what you're saying. But nevertheless, these are the ways how we know we Israelites. Now, if that resonates with your spirit, you'll be an Israelite, and God will want you to keep His commandments. Do you know any commandments?
Yeah, treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. What else? Follow His commandments. Don't do wrong. Don't kill. Don't steal. Like those, like probably the main ones I know of.
Do you know that the Israelites require many other commandments outside of that?
What's that?
We're gonna get some for you, right? Let's get some commandments for you.
This is Deuteronomy 14:8. And the swan.
What?
And the swan.
Swine is like people at the bottom or something. Swine. S-W-I-N. Swine. Right, something negative. Right, so it's a pig. Oh, okay. Pig pork. No. Okay. Like you ever ate pork? Tell me those. Okay.
Because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass.
God said that pig is an unclean beast. We don't supposed to eat it. You say in your culture, do y'all eat a lot of pig? Like spam, and kind of small. Yeah, so spam and ham, and y'all probably roast the whole ham. I mean, the whole pig, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, I got some of my family is Filipino too, by the way.
Okay. So these are the ways we show y'all. If your spirit bear witness with these things, the things that we read, the curses, then you'll be Israelite. And as that Israelite God, we showing y'all commandments that God will want for us to keep as an Israelite. Right?
I agree with that commandment too.
Okay. So let's see. Let's go.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat.
When we come out of the water, you gotta have fins and scales. What's something that you think our people love to eat that doesn't have fins and scales that come out of the water? Because what has fins and scales? What's something that has fins? Fins and scales. You said it though, it's fish. A shark don't got scales. It got the dorsal fin, they gotta swim, but they don't have scales.
Might have a shark down there.
Hey, it's
They might,
smooth.
shoot, we don't know. They might have a shark down there that got skills. They said everything wasn't done down there.
But on the base level, we know a shark don't have no scales.
The average shark.
Yeah, that's right. Right? So now God said that we're gonna eat fish, but we know our people love to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, clams, mussels. That's it. Because they crush this, they eat the poop, and they filter the water. So when we take them all out, now the water murky because we want to eat all the damn mussels and clams. Right? So that's why God has everything in every animal serves its purpose. Right? Some are made literally be filtered. Some
I
are
actually
made
decided today because I really don't like eating meat, period. I decided today I was like, nah, I need to quit eating meat.
It's no sin to eat pork. I mean, it's like it's a sin to eat pork, but it's no sin to eat meat. Period. A lot of people say that, like, you know what? I just don't want to eat meat. But it's no sin if you don't want to eat meat. But on that Passover, best believe you gotta eat that lamb. Right now, that's a whole other story. But nevertheless, if you choose not to eat meat, brother, that's all on you. We're not gonna despise you. Say, you know what? I ain't being around you, but you don't eat meat, and I'm eating it. You know, I see the. I don't know if brothers ever seen that. It was a so-called white man eating some flesh, some animal in front of a white woman, and she said, "You think you're a tough guy with your little, you know?" So she was going in on him, man, because he wanted to eat meat, man. But it's no sin in eating meat. Is what I'm saying. Right? You got the Sabbath day. Right? This is something that us as Israelites should keep. Hey, the Sabbath day is the 7th day of the week. God said that's a high day. Let's get there.
Deuteronomy chapter 5. And this Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 12. Keep the Sabbath day.
What the Lord say?
Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Lord thy God hath commanded thee. 6 days thou shalt labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
Hold on, the Lord said what? When we can't do on that 7th day?
In it thou shalt not do any work.
Right?
No, thou nor thou.
So God said on that 7th day, which is, what's the 7th day?
That's right, brother.
What's the 7th day?
Not only today you can.
Right. So which day did you go out on a Monday to Tuesday? What day would that be, the 7th day?
That's Sunday, right? No, so Sunday today.
You got a phone, don't you? Look, the brother got a kind of right here. It goes S to S. Right. Sunday is the first day, so the 7th day would be Saturday. The day starts at Sunday.
Sunday is the first day. I thought it was Monday.
No, that's what the world calls it. That's the first working day.
Right.
But nevertheless, I mean, well, for the world, should I say?
Sunday was like God's will. I consider all the days God's days, but like Sunday is actually.
So Saturday is his day. That's the 7th day when you worship the Lord. Yeah, the truth is the truth. So the 7th day is the day that you will worship the Lord, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. Right? The sun being down right now, the Sabbath day would technically be up, and it would be the first day right now.
Yeah, I thought he had his son and he named Sunday after his son. Like, praise my son.
That's that sun worship spirit, Constantine. That's something kind of weird through the spirit, but that's not true at all. No. His name is Yahweh.
Not from the son, from him having a son, not the actual son. I ain't.
Okay. You his son, brother.
Yeah, that's what I'm speaking to myself, actually.
Right, okay. So you got any questions, brother? Would you agree and bear say that your spirit
Not
bear
right now.
witness with you being an Israelite?
I love how you doing it right now. I'm just trying to get educated. Oh, praise.
Leviticus 19, verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
You don't put some water corners in your hair, like kind of cut your hair off. right? Bald, you don't supposed to be bald like Michael Jordan.
That's on a certain day.
No, that's legal.
I'm
That's
just
Egyptian.
cut my hair too.
You don't want to cut it bald like Michael Jordan. I may know, but I ain't Michael Jordan. Nevertheless, we don't supposed to be bald as far as with a razor. Right now, if it go like this, hey, it go. It is what it is. But nevertheless, you don't supposed to cut your beard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm always cut my beard is, hey, you cut your beard, you get bucks.
Not really.
Sometimes.
Little trim, cut your beard.
Yeah.
Clippers.
Oh, no, that's a different.
Not actually clip, but the little trimmer thing.
Man, you get bucks, but
I feel like I don't look right. I feel like I don't look. Some people look good with a beard. I feel like I don't look right with my beard on. I just feel like.
But brother, that's a sign of manliness, bro. But, hey, our men in H, we walk around with our beard. Hey, we had Aaron whose beard was down to his feet, man.
Peace, y'all.
Right? Literally beard down to his feet, man. Right? He said, oh, like the beard of Aaron that's still down to his feet, man. Just imagine that. Your beard going to your feet. Yeah. They think this so, but that's so. Just imagine going down to your feet with your beard. Nevertheless, but so that's how much we didn't shave. Why would if it was down to his feet, obviously he wasn't shaving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, God said that, hey, just like with the lion in the male, or the male and the female lion. How you know the difference? One got the mane and one don't. That's how we know. So this is something. So Gillette want us to do the Gillette commercials, and this world want us to. Hey, when
I
you
believe
go,
that people
when you
have
get
long
some,
hair though, like dreads and stuff. It's cool. I used to have dreads. I believe like long hair is good too. To have long hair.
it's no sin to have long hair. You know, somebody teach on there and say that, but it's no sin to have long hair. You had Nazarites who couldn't even cut their hair. Right. About hair long as hell, man. And cut the hair and lose their strength, man, like Samson, man. So nevertheless, it's no sin to have long hair, brother. Okay. But nevertheless, that beard, you gotta grow it out, brother. Even if it's just the shadow, what they call the shadow, at least it's not naked.
I'm actually letting it grow now, so I can cut it better. I let it grow, and then when I cut it, it's more smooth.
Okay, all right, yeah, don't cut it, brother. Don't cut it all the way smooth booty, brother. Hey, you want your beard to be like this, brother?
Hey, man.
No smooth
Get in
booty
that
beard.
thing.
How do you feel about a man with beards? You like guys with beards?
Yeah,
It's a question. Not like a relationship wise. Like, how do you feel about it?
So yeah, it's smooth.
You don't care.
Yeah, smooth booty. Yeah, they don't got beards. They don't know about that. Look, he's a nigga. That's what they say. What else? Let's get fringes. Let's get numbers. Right, 15 to 38. Right. There we go.
Now this Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. And it reads, speak unto the children of Israel,
Right.
and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right, fringes is what all you see the brothers out here with. The fringes on our garment, right? And they say it look like carpet, and we make it look. Keep going out. Let's see what the Lord said about it.
Throughout their generations.
Right? Because we still generated, like we just had children, so we know we still generated. When you read it in different translations, it says forever.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Right.
And it shall be unto you for it.
And that's why we wear that ribbon of blue. It could be any color blue, but it got to be blue because like it's a royal color. Yeah, right. That was kind of hard to get to back then, man. Right. So keep going on with that.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe,
Right.
that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord,
Right.
and do them.
No, just remember.
And do them.
I kind of remember that bacon. It was smelling good.
And do them.
It's a physical reminder, like, damn, keep the commandments and do them. Because when you read a little bit up in this chapter, a man just got put to death for gathering sticks on the Sabbath. But if he would have had his friends, he'd be like, you know what, I don't know what I'm supposed to do that. You know, we forget stuff quick, man. You know, our people are a forgetful nation, man. You know, you may say, I forgot to do this or that. Set an alarm. You forget to set the alarm, and now you overslept, man. You know, so nevertheless, that's what the fringes are for. To remember and to keep the commandments. Right? Women shouldn't be wearing pants. Right? Let's get that real quick. Right? What is this? Maybe, all right, brother, it'll be too hard, brother. Bring this out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. And it reads, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man,
Right.
neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So the same thing the Lord said, a woman should not wear that which pertains to a man. Right? Neither should a man put on a woman's garment. And you know in San Francisco, a man wearing the dress is comfortable. Right? Women wearing pants, they say it's comfortable. It's not comfortable, man. You need a zipper for it. You got a go button, you got a zipper. No, you got the skirt, swoop, and that's it. Right? Or a dress, you know? You got to do all this. But nevertheless, but it's comfortable. Can't even breathe in them. How tight some of the women wear. But yeah, so nevertheless, let's see what the Lord said about that. If you're doing these things.
For all that do so are abomination
Are
unto
they
the
loved in the eyes of the Lord?
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord God.
See that? It's the Lord says it's an abomination for you to do these things. Women wearing the pants and the sweats and the leggings that without the, you can wear leggings with the, what's it called, with the dress on, so for like, because leggings is really like stockings or pantyhose, what they call it, pantyhose, whatever the hell, nevertheless. But our women wear them with nothing under and it be see-through, and y'all know what happened, man. All hell breaks. It caused men to lust, right? And it put our men in a lustful state. Now we're not looking for our women for who they really are, but like G was
I
saying,
don't believe in sex or relationships. I believe everybody brother sister. I ain't touched no woman in like 8 years.
okay, all praise. That's somebody's spirit, brother. That's somebody's spirit. But nevertheless, everybody, not everybody.
Everybody. No, I'm just coming from my point of view.
Okay, but I'm speaking from the Bible and the Lord point of view. Everybody, not everybody. You are whatever nation you come from. If you're Israelite, you're Israelite. If you're Edomite, you're Edomite. If you're Moabite, you're Moabite. You know what I'm saying? So whatever nation you are, that's where you come from. And the Lord wants us to marry in our own nation, right? Chiefly take somebody of your own. You got any other questions, brother? So would you agree that you may be Israelite, brother? All praise to the Most High, man. The Spirit bear witness, man. All praises, all praises. So, if you don't got any questions, brother,
I'll be on my way.
okay, all
What's
praises.
your name, man?
Judah,
Judith?
Judah, J-U-D-A-H.
Say it again?
Judah.
Oh, Judah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm Laul.
Laú?
Yeah, but
All
my
right.
first name is Will.
All right, Will. Where you get Laú from?
Huh?
Where you get Laú?
I created that myself.
Okay.